Well, hello. How is everybody? Have I set all this up right this evening? Something of a rush to get going, but it looks like it's all up and running. How is everyone? Lovely to see you. Sorry about last night. It was something of a rush. Had to leave. My poor daughter got her fingers caught in the door and was rather upset, so I don't think I was particularly useful, but I'm quite good at hugs, so that's what was needed. She'll be fine. She's all right today. Just a bit sore. More the shock of the thing. It was quite a lot of noise. I've realised I've started you off looking at the ugliness that is Visual Studio. That's not ideal. Let's get back into here. How's everyone doing? Right, this evening, I think what I'm going to try and do is fix the Steam algorithm, which isn't entirely working. So we're going to give that a go. So let's see where we're at. I can vaguely remember where I'd got to last night. I think we'd got some of it working. But yeah, we had the machines all switching on. Ah, Skeffels. Good evening, Lewis. Good to see you. Hopefully no emergencies tonight. Yeah, I hope so too. Oh dear, the noise was extraordinary. Poor little thing. It's more shocked, you know, when you catch yourself. I think it was painful, but I think it was more the shock of it all. Whew. But yes, everything is quiet in the house for a moment. In about an hour's time, I'll need to pause for a couple of minutes just to give her a hug, night, but then that's all. Right, let's see what is currently in the broken state. Right, so if we link up, oh no, we're not going to do legs yet, we're doing the map. Legs is different. Legs is different. Let's do all the other machines. So if I just tweak the Steam, that was coming on beforehand. Now all these other machines here these ones have all switched themselves on, which is naughty, because this periscope, well, that's not linked up to anything. So this is on, so you can use this one. Yeah, that's a bit naughty. Shouldn't be able to use that one, and the tea shouldn't be boiling, and I imagine the con here is also on. Yes, this is all on, you can tell, because the dials are on. Well, that just means that they need to have values set. Is this also on? Interesting. The grabber is not on. Interesting. I would have thought that one would go on too. Okay, maybe I did set that one up. But let's get these other ones set up. What's happened there? Did I just bounce? Let's get these ones set up. So the tea, boiler and the periscope needs setting up. What's the other one? The con. The con map is okay. Map is done. So if I give this a bit more steam, then the map will switch on. There it goes. Which might be easier to see if I do it this way. Look, Unity's scene view lighting is a little bit sketchy. A little bit sketchy is an understatement. So if I reduce the steam, so there's not enough powering the map, it switches off. And if I switch on, there you switch on. There we go. Lovely. Well, it's a bit of a filthy world outside, actually. Let's go and have a quick look, see what the RNG has done for us this evening. So if we zoom out, I'm in the photo mode camera here. Oof, that's nasty. Crevasses either side. Let's switch off follow and lock and have a look around. Oh yeah. It doesn't increase as fast as I was expecting. Yeah, this is not good. Although that's quite nice. This is a conveyor belt that leads to a ramp. That's actually a helpful one. It's not going to a crevasse, but this is nasty over here. Oh my goodness, this is horrible. Ugh, I'm glad we're not clumping around this area, because this is truly nasty. Anyway, back inside. Now let's give the machines some values. I'm going to start off by giving them some standard values. So the aim is that some machines will need larger amounts of steam than others. So that will come back to that though. Zach, good evening. Great to see you. Welcome back. Thank you for popping in last night and coming back tonight, especially after last time. Everything is quiet once again, and it's very nice. Oh, I love a tea. It's the perfect thing for an evening as a hot drink. Just unities. I think this is a bug that they're aware of. Someone was telling me. Maybe it was Geordie was explaining. Anyway, right. Let's now set for the boilers. They put stuff out. The grabber. Oh, I put the grabber has a minimum required steam. That's what I need to do. As is the grinder. We did that one. Legs we're not going to do. We'll come back to that. Minimum required for the lift. Definitely needs one. Map is done. That was the first one I did. And, well, there's a lot of stuff on here. Oh, cap steam consumer. There we go. We'll put that one at 20 as well. And the con as well. Minimum of 20. And the rest of this stuff is a bit needless. None of that needs steam. The legs we're going to come back to because the legs is ever slightly different. Arguably, so is the grabber. But I might change that. So the legs are different because they will consume as much steam as you can possibly give them. So if we just tweak the steam, then nothing should switch on. Oh, the tea boiler. I missed the tea boiler. How could I miss that? How can I miss it? Where is the tea boiler? Should be. What? Should be on the same level as all the other ones. Tea boiler, tea boiler, tea boiler, tea boiler, tea boiler. Where have I put this? Is this not in the right place in the hierarchy? Ah, it's amongst furniture. Sort of doesn't belong there. Well, I kind of don't want it there. I think I'm going to move it so it's amongst the other stations so it doesn't get missed like I just did. Because it's really a station. Although it is part of the furniture because it sits amongst the seats here. I don't know, that needs to be that's really a station. Because it needs tea. It needs to be lots of interaction and stuff. So, yeah, that's now in the right place. It's very important to stay tidy. If you're working on something for 5 years, if you don't keep it tidy, you spend your life working around stuff. Right, let's tweak the steam and then nothing should switch on. So that's all off. The tea boiler is off. You can tell because, well, there's no steam coming out of it, but also the dial is shut off. The periscope is down into the floor. That's good. Let's have a go at the lift. The lift should tell us to get knotted. Yeah, that's just shaking. Shaking means it's not working. It's obvious that the grinder's not working. And this is shaking as well, which is telling us that that is switched off. Good stuff. Now, the next thing to do is to put a save point. So the way I organise my project, very important to stay organised. I'm currently working on, this is such a beautifully named ticket I've made for myself. Steam algorithm behaves oddly with unused pressure. Behaves oddly. It was broken. It was broken. That's just a nice way of saying it didn't work. Some really weird things happen when you join boilers together. Now, just going to double check that I'm steaming correctly on YouTube because I have a feeling that it may not be. Am I live? I am live on YouTube. Good stuff. Just sometimes the web page doesn't update, so it's very difficult to know. Anyway, so right now, if I look at my Git status, I've got loads of modified files, but these are all ones that are to do with, this is all fine. I'm live there. Thank you, Lewis. That's grand. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. That's the steam pressure out. That's what I'm using. Yes, I did mess with the Steamport VFX, and this all looks good. The pipe user interface, yes, played with that. These clouds and clouds, I have no idea what those are. Oh, that's right. I deleted them. I didn't know what they were, so I deleted them. That's fair enough. Fine. And then all of this stuff here is stuff that I've been changing because of the Steam algorithm. That's cool. Untracked files. These are new ones. Ah, yeah. These are the new files. So I need to add those in. So let's add those. And we're going to commit this one. This is, so we've got to the point where the capped consumers can be powered by steam. It's a work in progress. We're not done, and we're going to connect it to, and it's 4801. And I'm going to push that up. Well, there's two. I'm pushing two things up. That's interesting. Chug chugger. And then over here on the ticket, then we got the improved Steam UI, and oh yes, that's right. I improved the Steam UI, and then the capped consumers can now deliver Steam. So that's cool. Those are the first bits done. I like to commit often. JSK, good evening. Good evening to you, JSK. You really enjoy the aesthetic of the game. Lovely. Where did all the 3D models originate from? Oh, I made them all myself in Blender. I'm not very good at Blender, but I've been doing 3D for a very long time as a hobbyist, so it wasn't too big. I started on a program called Euclid on the Acorn Archimedes in 1990, and which a very long time ago. And then I was using Lightwave 3D for a very long time. I had a go with 3ds Max, but I didn't really get on with it, if I'm honest. I liked it, but I was really slow, so I was more of a Lightwave fellow. I used Lightwave because I could get hold of a student license in the mid-90s, this was. So I used that for years, had lots of fun with that. So glad to use Blender now though. Oh my god, took a while to get used to it, and I have to relearn Blender every time. But yeah. It looks great. Oh, thanks for sharing. No, you're welcome. Thank you for asking, JSK. We're fixing bugs this evening. The next bug is that the Clomper don't move. It don't move because it can't move. So let's see how that doesn't work. So there is a concept that these things here are the legs. If you power these things up, it should move. It won't move. It won't move. Spoiler, it's broken. This is one of the things that I broke. So if I power this up with a whole bunch, you'll see that there's two. I mean, it's quite tricky to see, and this is a possible complaint, that there's two needles on here. There's the big chunky one, and the chunky one tells you how much you've set it to, and the long thin one is how much is actually being used. And you can see here that the leg here is off. There's no white in the steam indicator there. It's not moving. It's not working. It's not good. Scaffles says, I used one called Animator. Looks like its website hasn't changed since I used it. Well, isn't that the fate of so much software, dear Scaffles? Isn't that the fate of so much that we use? Although having said that, there's software that I still use on a regular basis, and the website looks like it was made in 1997. Like a WinSCP is one. I always go there to the latest download and think, really? Is this the same thing? Right, so the reason this doesn't work is because it needs to be treated differently to everything else. All of these other ones, they all take in, oh hello, let me just tweak the steam because the numbers don't come. So this one here is outputting 20, it's not using any, and it's generating 20 of heat, which isn't very much, so it's going to heat up eventually. So this one here, it's not being fed any. Potential is how much is coming into the station, consumed is how much it's using, and the minimum is how much it needs to run. So if we just run a bit of a pipe off here, this is a terrible idea. Don't run pipes when the boiler's running, because you fill the whole place up with steam. Now it's only getting 19.2 in, so it's consuming all of it, but it needs 20. So it needs another 0.8. So let's just bump this up a notch, and then we get the map. So with most of the stations in here, they all need a minimum to work. Whereas the legs currently, and this is the point where I wonder whether I should just have them this way or not. The legs will use whatever steam you've got. They'll use whatever's left. So if you run all the boilers at their full power and just have the map going, the legs will consume all of the steam. But I wonder whether that's actually a mistake. What we'll do is we'll do the simplest thing that works, and the simplest thing that works is getting all of all of the legs working just like the map, but we'll make them larger. Now the legs are their very own, what do you call them? They're not prefabs, that's it. Dukasoft, good evening, lovely to see you, welcome on board, and the last Shogun, choo choo to you too. Good evening, great to see you. I'm fixing bugs, or at least I'm trying to. So coming in here, let's open up prefab. Oh, leg is a prefab. Surely leg, I called it leg. Trying to name things as they actually are in the world. Oh, that's a bit close. Right, so this here prefab is the leg. Lots of gearing going on. Don't know whether you can quite see it through the floor always, but I like that it's there. So this is the leg prefab. And on here at the moment, it has... Does it have a capped steam consumer? It does. Now these ones, for the moment, we'll just mark them 50. I need to do some mathematics at some point, because 6 times 5 is 30, so that would be 300 to run them all. 300 to run them all, 20 for the map, 20 for the con, that's 340. Then that would mean you probably can't boil tea, that's fine. The periscope's 20. Yeah, we'll have to figure out some maths on that and balance that in the future, but 50 should do for now. But this is not a minimum required. This is kind of like the maximum, but we can work with that. We might have to change the name of that, because I don't like the fact that it's being used for a different thing. That will just confuse me at some point in the future. I'm still getting these horrible VFX Manager bugs that I still haven't figured out, but we'll come back to those. And then these are warnings, which is the legs warning me that they need to have some settings that I've just done. Cannot play audio source in Steam. Interesting. Ah, why can't you play audio source? Oh, it's disabled. Oh, well, okay. Oh, hello. If audio source disabled. What? What? It's doesn't have a disabled? It's disabled as a component? Oh, okay. We'll come back to that one. I'll fix that bug later. That's a warning. I don't really like warnings. And that's a no route found. That's fine. So if we run this up again, we should get rid of a whole bunch of these warnings. Legcellent time to join you, Duca. Well, I'd like to thank you for that, Duca. Really, I would. But I have standards, you see. They're not particularly high standards, but I have them. And it's just sort of upsetting, if I'm perfectly honest. Now this one may not switch itself on because the leg is a special case. That's fine. But as long as... ooh. Need an... oh. Interesting. That's not as I expected it. Let's just play with the steam for a second. Okay, so the potential is 49 consumed. Its minimum is 50. This is a weird... I wasn't expecting this. Lots of warnings. Very strange. Okay. But left, back, left, front, left, middle. Are they all left? Is all the left side? No, there's the right. Right back. Well, that's definitely how it's set. That warning message might be a bit dodge. So I might have to check that out. Why that's not picked it up from the prefab. Oh, it's still going. Look at it go. Okay, but then it stops. For some reason it does it 137 times and then stops. That is weird. That might just be the warning message. Warning message is dodge. Probably. Let's not go to there though. Let's go to the cap steam computer. Right, minimum required less than 1. Minimum required isn't less than 1. How very dare you. Is this overridden even? Could it be overridden? I doubt that. Legs. 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50. What? Minimum required. There's minimum required in there. It's a public float. It's the same one. Minimum required. How bizarre. Okay, let's clear that and pretend none of those bugs happened. That works for me. Okay, so for legs though, legs are different. Legs be different because we want to change their speed depending on how much they work. So it's going to consume everything. That's fine. So it does set the, if it's less than the minimum required, which in this case is the maximum required, is it really the most? It's the most steam that this station can use, is really what it is, which is a clunky name. The most steam that this station, no, I can't call it that. Is it the tippy toppiest most steam? I don't want to call it maximum used possible. Maximum steam. Oh, okay, I will call it maximum steam. I'm just fighting a losing battle now, of course, because this is Unity and everything is loosely coupled. Means I now have to go and change this over in the IDE, because thank you Unity for that brilliantness. So yes, it will be maximum steam. So this is the maximum steam that it can possible. So if the potential compressor is less than the maximum, then it just consumes it. Otherwise it consumes it in bits. Okay, it's fine. Maximumist. Oh, that's beautiful. Maximumist steam. Actually, quite hard to say, the last Shogun. Maximumist. Maximumist steam. It's just, make sure you've got your teeth in for that one, I'm just saying. Right. Okay, so now I have to go back through all of the different things that use this component and set the value, because thanks Unity for being loosely coupled. See, there we go, I set this one earlier, I have to set it again, and then we're going to go back through all of this nonsense in here. We're going to go through slightly easier now because I've made everything. So this is the maximum steam, fine. The grabber, maximum steam. I'm not going to try and, I'm going to just set them all to either 20 or 50 to start with. Whoa, don't mess with the rigid body. That would be bad. Grinder, maximum steam, 20. Legs, don't worry about those, they're done. Maximum steam, 20. Map, maximum 20. Periscope, 20. 20. The con, also 20. This is fun. Watch a man write the word 20 over and over again. Super. Okay, now we've renamed that maximumist. I'm not changing that again. Right, just make sure I haven't set fire to anything. Sam D, isn't there a previously deserialized tag marker? Oh, is there? Only came in the middle, so I'm assuming it's a name change. It is, Sam D. Thank you and welcome. Yeah, is there a previously serialized tag or marker? I've no idea. If there was a tag or a tribute, if it was a tag or a tribute, then I would be. I'd still probably want to remove it and just get it fixed once. This is all very early days. There's Bernie's jumped down in there. Okay, so let's. Oh, right. This is still moaning at me here. It's still moaning at me. Right, so maximum steam is less than 1, but it shouldn't be. The maximum steam shouldn't be less than 1 on a leg. I think we might have to minimum required. Now it's with a maximum. But a station must. Let's change this completely. Should not have a maximum of 0. Right, but that is very odd. I'm going to stick a breakpoint there. We're going to attach to Unity and then watch my computer fall over. I know Rider does it automatically, so I'm not 100% sure. Oh, right. I think there is, and once the editor updates, I'm not sure if you can remove it. Oh, okay. That's interesting. I do like Rider. The reason I don't use Rider is because I use Visual Studio all day at work when I'm not up to my eyeballs in AWS. So it's just what I'm used to. I'm just productive in it. I'm not sure on apps. Right. So Yeah, so we've got this attached, and we're going to run it up and see why it thinks the leg. I wonder if the leg has some kind of override, because the leg is weird. So I do wonder. Right, there we go. Shouldn't have maximum. Dear oh dear, what is going on? Left back. Left back? My goodness. Capped steam consumer. What is it? What is the maximum steam? Is 0. What? What? 6 references. Let's find out what's setting this to 0. It's very naughty. I wonder if it's setting it to 0 somewhere obvious. I've got to change the station UI. I'll do that next. Maximum lesson. Capital what? What? That is bizarre. Why is it 0? What needs this? What needs it? Okay. It's consumer itself. It's fine. Yeah, the station UI needs that. That's fine. And the algorithm. The algorithm uses it as well. Okay. But why is it 0 for the legs? That's really, really weird. But it's only 0 for the legs right at the start. Well, why is this overridden to 0? Why is it over... What? Oh, there's a whole bunch of overrides here. My goodness. Why have you got all this overridden? I'm not going to go wild and remove all the overrides, because I've been in trouble doing that before, where I've overridden a bunch of stuff and then discovered that it's not right. Okay, well, let's take all of those and let's just set those to 50. That is strange though. Okay, fine. I'm not going to dwell on it. Just move on. Cool, so now the leg is a bit different. The leg, when it works out whether it's on or not, it uses, so it takes its on value if it's got any steam at all. Aha, right, that's good. I'm going to come back to the calculate speed in a minute. First, let's update the station UI. Let's check the chat. Anyone new in the chat? No? Lovely. Okay, so let's go to the station UI. So station UI talks about minimum. It needs to talk about maximum. Right. Where's it gone? Hello. Hello, station UI. There we go. Beautiful. Image, and we're going to rename this to maximum. We're going to name this to maximum. I'll probably end up changing this again in the future, because that's how it rolls. Maximum. Cool. Potential consumed maximum, that's the station UI. That should be fine. That should be fine. Cool. Oh dear. So let's just say goodbye to that one. Spam. Goodbye. Goodbye. Just ban. Lovely. So, I'm still getting used to this whole streaming thing, and the bots are strong on Twitch. Right. So, next thing we're going to do is make sure the Steam UI has been updated, and then we'll do a commit, because we've done the rename to maximum. It's probably enough worth for a commit, and now I'm going to start playing with a leg algorithm. And that might be mostly working then. We just have to do a big old bunch of testing. Still getting this cannot play disabled audio source, which is curious. Wonder what is disabled. Steam port. Is that disabled because the audio source is? It is. Look at that. Why are you disabled? That's funny. There's no reason for you to be disabled. I mean, not playing any noise, but... Huh. Well, that would be why there's 4 of those, 1 on each boiler. That's interesting. Oh, and this warning here is me telling me that it's not switching on Steamworks, because I don't want it connecting to Steam while I'm testing. You tend to want to be able to test things just on localhost, not going through the Steam API. Righty. So let's give the Steam UI a test. Let's go over to, let's see what happens with the leg. I wonder if it sort of half works, sort of. It's saying potential consumed is -8. That's not great, is it? It should be capped. Well, let's make sure that gets capped then. Why is that? That's over in the Steam pressure algorithm, and it's the bit where some of this is unused. We'll have to kill this off. So this is the Dijkstra bit, and it is going to. So it's spreading out the steam, and it's where it sets potential pressure. Oh, this is the bit that I changed, isn't it? Of course it is. Set potential pressure in here, and it goes set the potential pressure, and it's setting it clamp. What? So what? So but what? Oh, noob. Oh, of course. You actually got to set it to output. There we go. Let's try that. It's push it off a cliff coding. Anything running? There we go. It likes to compile, likes to make me wait. Pretty sure it does. Unity loves making humans wait. It's part of a massive global conspiracy of software being slow. Slow down the humans so the allies can take over. You heard it from me first. Righty, there we go. That's now linked up. Let's put the UI on. And this now should just be 00000 because you can't get negative steam. That would be mad. That would be where, like, sucking steam out of something that doesn't create it. Right, let's go up to 40. Ooh! So that is, the potential is consuming 40, the maximum is 50. Let's take it up to 60 and see if it eats any of that. Cool. Okay, so that is working correctly. But it's not moving. It's not moving, which is bad. That's okay, but that's it, because I haven't actually told it to do that. So that's fine. Now, it is still... So the calculating the speed is here. We're not doing that bit just yet, or are we? So, in the leg, it will come in here. Once the steam pressure is complete, then it works out if it's on. I wonder if there's something clever we can do actually removing this, because where this gets called every single frame at the moment, and I don't love that. Oh no, it doesn't. It gets called when the steam's updated. Okay. I didn't name these very well. That's for another time. So, updates the speed. This is all exactly as it has been. We're not working at that level. We're working down, deeper down. So the animation speed value is 0. That's fine. So now that's all off. That's setting it off. That sets it to complete. This is all the events for that. So this must be the point where this is the total potential. This is probably where it's wrong. Okay. This is where it's wrong. Because that is not where the pressure comes from anymore. Okay, no problem. We moved it. So all of these bits in here, all of this faff is all to do with the steam algorithm. And it's shared by all of the stations, but it just clutters up this class and has done for ages. So I've actually moved it into this thing called a capped consumer. So this is all the same stuff, it's all the same scuff, but I've just moved it into a separate class just to eventually tidy this one up. I'm not tidying it up just now, maybe later this evening we might get to that. So back over in the leg, we don't want it to use this total steam pressure because we're not using that one anyone, and we're not using this pressure value either. So both of these things we're just not using anymore. So this needs, the leg needs to get access to its consumer. So private, it is a capped consumer. It's just the consumer at this point. It doesn't need to be anything else. and there's only going to be one of them, and it'll be on the same level, so we can set that in awake, because nothing else depends upon it, so it's quite safe to set it in awake. It's only internal, and it will be there from the go. What are you moaning about? Oh, okay. Right. This is the bit I'm not keen. Ooh, I'm not keen on inheritance. Oh, it's fair enough. Right, and no, what's complaining about? Cannot change access model. It's protected, is it? Okay, fine. Cool. Okay, so now we've got the consumer set up. Now, places where we talk... Oh, we've already got an awake method. What's it doing down here? What? That's nonsense. Right, you come up here. Oh, where have I gone? Oh, I've moved it into a station. That's an error. You come up here. Let's burn you. Lovely. So that's the await method. So now we've got the consumer set up, we can now move these over. So that's actually a property of the consumer. Lovely. And this is a property of the consumer. As is any of this stuff also. I think I spotted another one. Animation speed is to do with the leg. That's fine. That's how fast it goes up and down. Oh, and this one here. So is on. That's an important one. Is total potential pressure. Yeah. Total potential pressure. Lovely. So that means if it's got anything going into it at all, then it's just switch on. Hey, that might just work. That might be all that's necessary. Imagine that. Imagine it. Right. Okay. I press play. It's probably wise. It's a lot easier to play the game if you press play. Importing assets. I don't know what assets it thinks it's importing. There's just not many in this project. Rightio. Okay. Yeah, still getting those audio source. So here we go. Leg time. I had a devious idea the other night that I might move the leg steam port up there and move the light, and then on this one move it up there and then leave that one down at the bottom. just because I'm just not a very nice person. There's already a few things that look easy to connect, but they're really not. I mean, this is the classic one. You want to connect that onto there. No chance. It can't do that. Right. So let's get this going. Right. Are we moving? Where are we moving? We're moving. Are we moving? Are we turning? We're turning ever so slowly. But we're turning. Look at that. Success. Right. That's the first bit done. There's some other things that aren't quite right though. So while the dear old Clomper is turning, I'll just show you another thing that's not quite right. Let's back. There we go. And I hate trying to put pipes down when I'm looking through Steam. So here we go. We've got the this is now consuming less. Let's just see. If I just now, what I'm expecting to happen is that this one will take 20, because it'll only take 20. How much is this putting out? 40. So this one takes 20. Fine. This one has a potential of 39 and is consuming 39. Well, that's a little bit naughty, because it shouldn't really. It should only be taking 20, because there's 40 coming down the pipe. Some of it's lost. 20 is being eaten by the map, and then this, and the distance is wrong as well. The distance shouldn't be max. That's wrong. Okay, let's fix that. Let's fix the way in which the consumers share steam, because they should share steam between them. They shouldn't both have the same. So that would be, or let's make a save point though before I start messing with the Steam algorithm, because if anything is likely to go horrendously wrong, it's that. So yes, I changed those ones, yes, I changed that, and always the scene, always the same. So then this one, legs now move as capped Steam consumers, and this will be for this one. What number are we? We're issue 801. Good stuff. For 801. Oh, that's not how you spell push. Push it. Lovely. Okay, so that's now over into the Steam algorithm. So it's not this part of the Steam algorithm. That's the bit that sets everything. We're now... Oh, well, I think I can see what the problem is here. Ah, Pandemic 34, welcome in. Welcome in. I'm trying to fix, that's the nicest way of putting it, fix my Steam algorithm, which is not behaving itself. Yeah, it's not behaving itself. Righty, okay. So, in the consume, this is where a lot of the work will be being done. What have I selected here? Okay, we've got the warning up at the top. That's not our problem for the moment. That's only for Future Rob when Future Rob makes another machine. So first of all, it resets its total consumed. Resets it back to 0, so we're starting again. Now, this is looping through each of the boilers. So it's asking each boiler, how much steam are you giving me? So up this end, you could be connected to all of these. And it'll go, how much are you giving me? How much are you giving me? How much are you giving me? And so on and so forth. So if the maximum... Oh, I see. I think I see what's going on here. Ah, Crazy J44. Good evening. Good evening to you. I hope you're well. Hope you're doing all right. I'm fixing bugs, stroke actually making something work that was very broken, and now I've sort of rewritten it, but I've not got everything in there yet. So what this is doing is it's saying that, oh, okay, the thing that it isn't doing is taking into account that some of the steam has been already used. Everything is already using the steam that is already there. So that's the thing we've got to take care of. So in steam value, there will be an unused amount. Should be on the boiler. Oh, okay, okay, fine. So we got a key value pair for the boiler here, so that's fine. This is, oh, you're going to help me out. Okay, fine. IntelliSense, be intelligent. You can do that one as well, and that one, and that one too. Right. So in the steam value in the key, we have the boiler. There's the boiler. Super. The key is the boiler. Is a producer. Ah, which is the boiler. So is there a used amount, unused pressure? Right. So because we're going through the consumers in order, right, consumers have to be in order. That's a thing. So I'm going to have to give them all slightly different maximums. Okay, we'll come back to that. I think how they're registered might need to change, because I think it doesn't need to be as decoupled as it is. I think there can be explicit order. I'm thinking out loud right now, which is not great really, but there we go. I should have a design for this. So we're going to have an unused pressure. Unused pressure is how much is left on the boiler. Are we setting this anywhere? Let's have a look, see if we're setting it. I'm not sure we are. This is setting dials, fine. That's the line I put in. Oh, look, there we go. Oh, it sets it to the maximum. And it set, okay, so it initializes it, but it doesn't do anything else with it at the moment. And that's fine. That is fine. Total potential? Yeah, the total potential producer. That's right. No, that's correct. It's not doing anything with it. We're not setting it yet. Okay. So it comes into this one, and this is actually the amount of pressure that it can use off that boiler. It can't use any more than that. So is the potential of the amount of steam that's going in there is still the potential. That's fine. And if it's less than the maximum, but there is another thing here. There's another value. I think we need another value on the dial. And I might need to describe this in a better way. Beam Man is playing Space Engineers, is he? Fantastic. Let's kill off steam. I don't want the people bothering me. Goodbye. Right. I think we might need a bit of a diagram here. A bit of a diagram. Bit of a diagram. Fine. Bit of a diagram it is. Yeah, Zach, yes, that Bean Man is my son. He'll be playing Space Engineers. He'll be probably playing my copy of Space Engineers because I'm not playing it. Family libraries are brilliant. Although it does mean he plays a lot. I buy stuff and he plays it while I'm working on this. God, that's a bit bright. Hello. Crumbs. Oh, make it stop. Fine. Now that's a bit dark. That's too dark. I'm not that goth. Right. Super. That'll do me. Where are we at? 109%. That would be weird. This is too small for me, but it'll be fine. Okay. I hate drawing with a mouse. There we go. That'll be too bright. Let's not do that. Let's have a nice grey. How's this? No, too dark. How's this? No, too dark. Am I just on... I do use this for other things. There we go. There we go. That's too fat. It's too fat. I have a pen tablet behind me, but I'm just not going to plug it in because I'm lazy. I'll be right back. That knock, if you can hear it, is just a small person who wants to say goodnight. So, back in a moment. Hello and welcome back. I'm here again. Just a wee night for a wee person. So, the algorithm drawn inexpertly with a mouse. Let's make the boilers red. So you've got a boiler like this. There's a circle. That looks like an angry snowman. You have an angry snowman. Let's just, before I go any further, let's just check chat and see if anyone's lost their marbles. I go back to it every few years, excited for Space Engineers 2. Yes, me too, Zach. Yes. Pandemic, one of the best things Steam did. All hail King Gabe. Yes, thank you. Yes, indeed. Right. I completely agree. The family library is amazing because it is like when you were young and used to like lend CDs to your family members. It's the same deal. Right. Also, I don't think there's lost any sales either because the games we tend to play are different. Like, for example, I bought Helldivers 2 and it just stresses me out. So the boy plays it and he's really good. Much better than me. So we've got a boiler. And the boiler is putting out steam into pipes. Pipes, ladies and gentlemen, I like to draw like this. Boop, boop. Cool. So the boiler, let's see about, it puts out, say, 40 steam. It's going to go, I'm going to ignore loss down the pipes, but there is loss down the pipes. And we'll draw another pipe in for laughs. And then, oh no, we need two. We need a T-piece. So I'm going to draw a T-piece and we'll come over here. And on this side, we will make this the map. In the map, I'm going to draw green. I can draw, honest. then you've got the bit in the middle, and then you've got those are all the sticky up bits. There we go. God, if you ever actually saw a map like that, it was just time to run away. There we go, so we got the map. And over on this side, we have the leg. I don't know what this palette is. This palette is quite random. I don't know where it's from. It's certainly not the Clomper one. Let's make that richer. Delicious. Right, lovely. So there's the leg. This is the leg one. And the leg has got some gears on it. We'll put a gear in there. Chupa chupa, chupa chupa. Lovely. So the boiler here is putting out 40. So the first thing we want to know about is the potential. The potential, let's just say that's 40. Because it's connected to this boiler and it's taking 40. The potential to this one, the potential over here, is also 40. Lovely. So far, so good. And I use a really cool thing called Dijkstra's algorithm to trace its way down the pipes and move this number from here over to the boilers to each of the different machines. Did I get the arrows up down repair divers from Helldivers 2 or your own before, or from another game? From Helldivers 1, Zach. I nicked it from Helldivers 1. The joy in Helldivers 1 of desperately trying to repair something. We played a lot of it, my friends and I, and the panic of repairing something was good fun. So that's where I nicked it from. They're well spotted though. I'm glad they kept that in Helldivers 2. That was one of my favourite bits. If the whole game wasn't so utterly stressful, I'd probably play more of it. But I'm old now. By the time I get to play games, I need cocoa and slippers and something a bit calming. And pipes and steam. And getting annoyed that my algorithm isn't right. Now we have the map over here. The map, it consumes 20. That wants 20. Actually, I'm going to do this slightly different. So this one's going to want to consume its maximum. We call it maximum of 20. It doesn't need any more than that. It just needs 20. And this one is going to do a maximum of 50. Okay. So everyone following along, there will be an exam at the end of this. So the way the algorithm works is it makes a list of all the different machines that are connected to the boiler. It says maps first, and it does it the smallest first, because what happens is when you're laying a whole bunch of pipes, let's get the game running, it's a bit more interesting. Yeah, if you want to run that'd be just grand. Have I got the code in a broken state? Yes, but I didn't save. So if you're laying pipes like this, and you have got this situation here, which is what we're trying to draw, where you've got the map and you're increasing it just a little bit. What you really want, I mean, that's going to turn the Clomper, which is a bit upsetting, but there we go. You want the map to come on before the legs. So you want this map, and you can see it's all moving and everything because we're turning. So it's sensing the world as you go around. You want that to have, that's more important than the legs. If you reduce the steam over here, you want the legs to turn off before the map does. Okay, you don't want the legs to be consuming something before the map, in short. So you want the map to consume things first. That's the aim. That's my theory. And now I've said that out loud and I've started playing with it, I'm not entirely sure that's actually a nice thing to do. Whether that is actually a little bit either. So, just running on this idea though. So if we add only a little bit of steam, so sitting at 10, we're going to turn really slowly. You can tell we're turning slowly because this animation is going around really slowly, up and down. But there's not enough for the map. So, how much is being consumed by the boiler? Oh, we're getting heat building up. Okay, fair enough, because the boiler doesn't know how much is being consumed. Yeah, it doesn't know how much is being used just yet. That's okay, because this long needle here is telling us how much is being used. Now the legs will always use, it will use up to 50. Maybe that's actually nicer. Maybe we just let everything consume. Everything, so we've got enough, so this would only be, we put this UI on and we just tweak it so the numbers refresh. So in this case, it's not going to use any more than 50 out of 79. And then, oh yeah, okay, I know why I didn't do this first time round. And this one is going to be using 20. So 50 and 20, and it's putting out 80. Right, okay, that's why I didn't do it this time. Because what you could do is, if you could link up every machine to a single boiler and they could all be powered perfectly. That's why I need to calculate the unused. Okay. Right. I know I've just babbled utter nonsense there, but I'll explain in a second. Let's go from here to here. This is now a terrible thing to try and fix on stream, but I'm going to roll with it. And if I can't do it in half an hour, then so be it. I did kind of half have this before, but this is where the bug was. So what we'll do is when we go through the algorithm, we say we're going to talk to the map first. Map goes first, over here, the green one, and then we'll do the leg after. So we'll say, okay, the map wants to take 40 of that steam, and then the leg will take whatever's left. So what we really want is the unused pressure. So we want to say, if the unused pressure, which, ooh, that might, is that? Ooh, okay, that's not nice, but okay, fine. This is breaking the law of Demeter in the most horrendous way. So the unused value, if it's less than the maximum, then just consume it all. Om nom nom. That's just tough. It's just going to eat all of it up. Otherwise, then the consumed is the potential divided by the total. Okay. Okay. So what this is saying then, okay. So this is a simplified picture. Okay. Let's plow on. Let's plow on with this extraordinarily complicated thing to do. What's the worst that could happen? So we're going to resize this camp. God, no, too bright, not good. Right, because the reality is that there isn't just one boiler. No, there are 4. So you could have more than one. So let's say we got another boiler. Dooga. And let's put a boiler over here just to make life a bit easier. And for funsies, does anyone say funsies anymore? Probably not. But that's fine. For fun, let's say that this one is not doing 40 at all. No. Let's have this one do 30. 30. Right. This one is also connected to the map in the crazy world of Rob not doing it. So what this looks like, although, oh, what, the game quit? Did I change something? Oh, I think I changed something, press save. Okay, I changed something, press save, that's why I rebuilt. So in this case, you've got 40 coming in this way, you've got 40 coming down here, and this one has got a potential of 40 plus 30. So the total potential is 70 on this one. So this one only needs 20. So it needs to take a little bit from the first boiler, from this one over here. Boiler number 1, we'll call it. And it will take a little bit from this one. Boiler number 2. And then once it's taken each of those, it's done. But it can't take any more than it already has. Okay. This is where it gets nasty. This is why I think I need another value. is why I think I need another value. So if it's less, then it's just going to eat it all and it doesn't need to do anything. Okay, so the value of the consumed is just the potential of that one. No, that's not right, because then it will just set it on the next boiler. This bit of the algorithm is nonsense. Nonsense, nonsense, nonsense. Let's go back to first principles and do it. Okay, so this is really a boiler value. This is a boiler value. That's really what that is. So for the first boiler comes in, so we want to say the first boiler value, which is this one, and it'll go, right, okay, how much have you got? So we know what the total is across all of them. That is calculated elsewhere. We're only going to talk about consuming. So that's the total. So we've got the total potential. That's the total steam that's available. So that's the maximum that we can have, and that would tell us how much, what share we're going to want. Or will it? Or will it? Let's try doing it a simpler way. Let's say instead, let's try. The thought journey made sense to you, Pandemic 34. Well, thank you very much. I hope it hasn't left any horrible marks. And yes, Helldivers 1, Zach. The olden days. Back when Helldivers, it was stressful back then, to be fair. I mean, it's kind of it's very close to the same game. It is awesome. Just freaks me out. So we don't want to take all of the values for the different boilers. What we're going to first of all do is we're going to add up all of the unused. We want to be using the unused. Right, we want to use the boiler unused. So boiler value, the key is the boiler. So actually, let's make this easier to understand. So boiler value, I know this looks unnecessarily wordy, but it's easier to get your thoughts in mind, and the compiler will actually remove most of these little variables in line anyway. Functional people will be quite upset by this, but you know, get over it. So the boiler has an unused pressure, and that's a value, which is not great. So that's the unused pressure. That's the total amount of pressure that we could possibly have. So you've got the potential, but then you've got the unused, which is the amount that's left. And I think perhaps that's what we should be using. I wonder if we need the total unused. Total unused pressure is, now this next thing what I'm about to do is very dirty. So just pretend I'm not doing what I'm doing here. This is Link. This is not particularly fast, but it's very small, and I do this all the time at work. That's going to be the keys, the unused pressure value. So that's all the pressure. That's all the pressure that's left. So that's the total unused. Right. That would be faster in a for loop. Don't worry about it. It's fine. So the unused pressure for this particular boiler is that. So the proportion of the total is unused pressure divided by unused for total unused have I called it total used pressure? That would confuse the bejesus out of me in the future. So the proportion of the total is the unused divided by the total unused. Fine. What does that help us? Well, that will say if you've, okay, coming back to here. So initially, this is the first machine, and it will go, well, 40 plus 30 is 70. The unused, the total unused, would also be 70, because nothing else is using, we've not got, this is the first machine we're looking at, so the total unused is 70. Okay. We don't need to use all of that 70. We're only looking for 20. So we only want a bit of this and a bit of this. So what we want is 4 over 7 times 20 and 3 over 7 times 20. Honest. So the amount we're going to use, var, oh hello, var, we want to use the proportion of total times the amount that I want. That's right. So that's how much we want to use from that boiler. And then we're going to use that much. We are, honest. Oh, hello. Let's just get rid of that. That is actually what we want to do in a moment. We're going to then say we're going to add that much. That much we want to use. We want to use that much. And because we're going to use it, we're going to... This is right here is why I really worry about modern IDEs. I know what the next line is that I want to put in, and it's not this, right? It's not even that would be an awful thing to do. That's not going to work. It's trying to guess what the next line is, and it's appalling. And this is what bugs me about modern. And now I'm thinking about, oh, is that the right line? No, that's not the right line. That's not what we want to do. We want to take the boiler and we want to do the unused pressure. We want to take off the pressure from that. So we've said for this boiler, tell me how much is not being used so far. What else is? And then we'll find out what the total proportion of that is. And that's how much we want to use. I know this can be simplified, but I'm trying to do this live. Normally I'd be scratching around with some mathematics on a paper. Oh, the tea has gone cold. And then, so then we consume it. So that's the actual act of consuming it there. So that's telling the machine we're going to use it, and then that's taking it off the boiler. Now, there is some clever stuff that I did down here, because, oh, that's quite interesting there. But let's not worry too much about that. I don't know why I clamped it to 0, because that can't be less than 0, surely. Okay. Right. So that is now accepting all the correct. Now, do we have to do anything else to it? I don't think we do. I think that's it. Let's give this a go. Now, the other reason I haven't changed this sum here into a for each or a for loop is because I don't tend to do performance stuff until I do measuring the performance. So I'll do, once I've got everything working and it looks nice, I'll come back and I'll see where the bottlenecks are. I'll do a measurement step, and that's the point at which I'll figure out whether I've horribly broken it or not. Did that not reload the domain? That's spooky. Do you perhaps want to reload the domain? Is it that it's horribly broken and it just can't load the scripts? Here we go. Now it's reloading the domain. Reload, reload. Okay, seems to be happy. No compiler errors, that's surprising to me. There's some stuff in here that I don't like, and I'll come back to that in a minute. Once I get it working, I'll refactor it, but there's some things in here that are not good. So let's just do the easy case where we only have one thing powered. You'd think I'd know how to do this by now. I've only had these machines in place for forever. Oh, have we got a bug? Ooh, something has gone squirrely. All the lights have gone off. Everything has gone black. Oh, I don't have... No, don't care about that. Oh, wow. That is some buggage going on in there. Look at this. That's not a valid. This is not a valid. What is happening in here? It's time for a bait point, ladies and gentlemen. Whoa. Or Unity. This is what the Clomper would look like in the end of the world. Somebody lit a hell bomb here inside. Are you okay, Unity? Are you feeling all right? Because you don't look all right. Let's just do the old-fashioned closing the windows and reopening them. This sometimes works. If we're going back into layouts and no, that's still weird. Let's see if playing changes things. Have I got some sort of horrible overflow? Have I done an overflow here? That's summing the keys. Let's take it. That's all that's doing is assigning a new parameter. That's just assigning a new one. Total unused pressure. No, it could be 0. That could be a divide by 0. Okay, so if the total unused pressure is 0, then you can just bounce out. Total unused pressure is 0, then just return. Because there's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can do at that point. That might have been it. Alright, Unity's back again. Pandemic, thank you for coming. Good night. Sleep well. Hope to see you again. Lovely to have you on board. Right. Let's see if I've completely broken this or not. I have a little bit of faith in myself, but it is late, in my defence. These VFX Manager bugs at the top, that's not me, that's Unity. I'll come back to that. I'm hoping that an update might help. Okay, so it didn't all go spare this time. So let's put the Steam UI on. Lovely. And let's, ooh. Output is 20, unused is 0. That's nice. This is now, potential is 19. Consumed is 20. Well, I don't think you can consume more than the potential. So okay, that's not great. Okay, that's a problem. But the unused being 0 is quite right. So if I now bring this up to 30, unused should be 10. Yes. So it's outputting 30. Its unused amount is 10, and that is because at the moment this is consuming 20. But the problem is it can't consume 20 when only 19 is getting to the station. Fine, okay. That's coming along all right. That's not so bad. I can deal with that. Okay. So here we go. We're saying the total unused pressure is of the boiler as a whole. And that's not quite right. We do actually need, so we got this other value, which is the total potential pressure. So we got total potential pressure. Total potential pressure is how much actually gets there. Cool. So we can do this. Okay. So if the total unused pressure is 0, that would be weird. So total potential pressure could also be 0. Let's just put another one in. Again, not a fan of this, but we'll tidy that up in a minute. So I'm just gonna pause this way for a moment. We're gonna do that way. We're gonna say we're gonna create the proportion of the total. This is a proportion of potential. This is how much could possibly get into the machine. It couldn't be any more than that. Is the boiler value. That's this is the consumer steam value. I'm not very happy with this dictionary at the top here. That's not very good. I don't like that. I'll fix that. So the consumer steam value, which is the potential, divided by the total potential pressure. So the proportion of potential, so that is how we had it before, kind of. So let's just go back. So how much we want to use. This is now not going to make use of unused, but that's okay. Let's just have it back as it was. And then then we can start removing the unused piece. But yes, it will ignore the fact there's not enough. We need to be able to say, there's not enough steam, mate. You can't do that, mate. You can't do that, son. There's not enough steam. Builders of all Clompers, probably Cockneys. I don't know. They work in the docks. I've got East London in my blood, but not in my recent family. Okay, UI steam. It is honestly, with the width of all of this nonsense, it is very difficult to see what's going on the left hand side. There we go. And there we are. Right, now it just needs to refresh the UI. Now 30 unused is 10, heat is 10. Okay, so that is consuming 20. Fantastic. So that is correct. It's like consuming, the unused is 10. That's right, because 20 is being consumed. So now we reduce that down. That's now the output is 20, but unused is 0. Oh yes, it's all being used. So it's all being consumed. Right. It's all being consumed, but it's trying to actually, it should be only consuming 19. Why is it consuming 20? Is it because potential? Why is it consuming 20? It can only, what? You can't consume more than you've got. It's not connected to any other boilers, so it's only got this one. So the total potential is, oh, we're gonna totally have to set a breakpoint and step through this, because now that's weird. That's weird. Attach, my friend. There we go. Is it gone? Probably. Sometimes difficult to tell. I've just reduced the boiler pressure. So the total potential is 9 and the total unused is 10. That's correct to be different. That makes sense to me. Thank you, Zach. Thank you for coming. Lovely to see you. Have a good night, sir. And so this one, total potential is 9. That's correct, because that is, I'll have to move to my backup drink. I love drinking through a straw, makes you look like a villain. No, Mr. Bond. Do you expect me to talk? Now, so total unused is 10. That's how much is on the boiler. And then the pressure, total potential is 9. Lovely. So if we come into the, we are boiler number 1, so it should do boiler 1 first. Yes. So the boiler is number 1. The consumer, and that's the consumer value. Okay. So the proportion of the potential is 1. That makes sense. So the steam, consumer steam value's potential times the total potential, right, is now, okay. So that's 1 times the maximum that it needs. Okay. But there isn't that much. And this is the point where we've got to say, well, hang on a minute. If the proportion of the potential, yeah, that might have issues if, so you kind of have to recalculate it each time round, because it might not have enough from the first boiler, but then have enough from the next boiler. So it might have to use a bit more. So it might have to use a little bit more off the next one. So it kind of has to be like what the total remaining pressure is. Okay. So, okay. Let's just do this one bit first. So, if the proportion of the potential is larger, if it's more than the actual potential that you've got, then set it to that. Oh, there's a simpler way of doing that, but it's late. Right. So we're not going to take more than is there. Okay. That might that might cause issues elsewhere. I think. Okay. This is not good enough, but I'll show you why. Oh dear. I should have really thought about something better than this to put on a sleeve, but I didn't think we'd get this far. I thought something else would be broken. There we go. Okay, so now what we're going to do is cheekily, this is exactly what you're supposed to do in the game. You're supposed to join the boilers together. Let's not use the bendy one. Let's join those together. So if you want ultimate, this literally no point in doing this particular thing, depending on how many of the little dudes you got in there. All right, guys, how's it going? Right, so if we have one on each of those, set that to 1, set that to 1. Okay. Now, what? 8? Hello. Run the. Number of times I've fallen in that pit, I can't tell you. I'm just tweaking that one to let the Steam algorithm change. There we go. So the potential is coming in here is 18.3. But it now, and that's because it's getting 10 minus the leakage from the pipes on that one, and 10 minus the leakage from the pipes on that one. It's not enough to power it. But it still thinks it can be powered. And that's because it's saying it's the. So now let's attach it to Unity. Oh, actually, before we do, no, actually, let's attach it to Unity. And then I'll make a pipe, and making a pipe should cause the Steam algorithm to chomp along. There we go. So the total potential is 18.3. We saw that. That's good. And comes in there. Gets. This is boiler number 1. Oh, we're doing boiler number 2 first. Cheeky. Fine. Okay. So the potential of this one is 9. The total is, so it's going to try and take half. So it's going to try and take half of 20 rather than half. Okay. 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 Fine. So potential, that's wants potential, and then the consumer can't take. Well, it only wants 4 out of that one. Wants 4 out of the first boiler. But then the proportion is 0.490. Okay. And the maximum, what? Maximum steam is 20. So then it takes 9.9 from that one. And it will probably take 10.1 something from the other one. So we come round to the next boiler. Boiler number 1. And for this one, it takes potentially the boiler. It wants to take half of that one. Right. And so we want to use 10.065. So the total consumed is 20. Of course it is. Okie dokie. Now that makes sense. That makes sense. Okay. So this line is not right. So the proportion potential is that. How are we doing for time? Oh, I'm really running out of time now. I think possibly the best thing to do is for me to run away and cry a little bit. No, not at all. I'm going to write all this up. It's now got to the point where my brain is stopping from working. I think. Fail cake. Hello, just coming in before the last. I was just looking actually at moving, as a pausing, because I'm really running out of brain. Where's I thought I had my Twitch window open. So yes, I'm really running out of brain. It's great to see you. Thank you for coming back in. I hope to do a few more of these little short streams. And I'm gonna find someone to. I mean, it's an obvious choice for me. But let me just pop into. Well, I'm still streaming, surely. Yes, I am. Stream manager. Here we go. Right, I just closed the stream manager. I've got no idea why I did that. Righty. Roy, hello. Long time lurker, and wanted to let you know that because of you, your videos, my personal game dev journey has tremendously improved. Roy, thank you so much. Oh, that means a lot to me. Thank you, I really appreciate that. Thank you for stopping by to let me know. Learn from some of your mistakes around multiplayer. Yep, made a lot of them. And built a game to propose to my now fiance. Oh my goodness! Well, congratulations. That's lovely. Now we're working together on a card game. That really warms the cockles of my heart. Thank you so much, Roy. Oh, honestly, that's so lovely. Yes, there will be more devlogs. I'm going to make one on the disgusting nightmare that is the Steam algorithm once I fixed it. But yeah. So yeah, I will be making more. I also am going to be doing some alpha play testing once I've fixed this horror, and then I'm going to be making a video out of that. I've got agreement from my dear lad that he will join in and we'll record it. So yeah, he's quite brutal. So that could be a fun video, I think. He doesn't take any punches. Roy says, no, thank you. Oh, well, that's kind of, I'm just so delighted for the community. I like to thank all the community people who keep commenting and so forth, because they're the people who keep me going. You know, I like to read back through old comments and all the banter. It's really wonderful, especially as there's been some dark times recently. So yeah, it's been great to come through. But thank you, Roy. Congratulations on getting engaged. Wow, have you set a date or any of those things yet? Or yeah, it's a big job to get all that sorted out. But have you moved on from that? We're now wedding chat for any of those. Don't just welcome to Clomper wedding chat. It's a niche game dev channel. So, yeah, no date yet. Started buying a house. Yes, I completely understand that. It's an enormous deal. Yeah, completely understand. My redundancy from a job, the payout from a redundancy paid for a lot of my wedding. So I got really lucky. But that's great. Oh no, thank you, and my regards to your fiance as well. Thank you for stopping in. Oh, that's lovely, isn't it? Absolutely lovely. Anyway, I'm going to have to sign off now because my bed is calling. I can hear it. Do stop in again. It would be lovely to have you all back on board. And I might do a little bit on this algorithm afterwards so it looks nicer than this nonsense. And then I'll explain what I do. I do think I need to sit with a pencil and paper for a bit. But back to Clomper. No, thank you so much, Roy. It's great that you popped in. Please do so again. And yeah, oh no, I'm really made up by that. The idea that I've inspired others is just wonderful. That's one of the benefits of sharing your work, is you get the warm glow every so often. Okay, so for those on YouTube, the stream will be coming to an end shortly. For those over on Twitch, we're going to be raiding someone, which is a fun thing for those who've not been on Twitch. You'll get to jump in on someone else's channel. So how I thought I had a button for this. I'm sure I did. I made a button for this. Where is the button? Okay, fine. What a? I'm sure that I had a button. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say toodaloo, pop you on the end screen, and then we'll all raid Manisha, who is a fantastic chill game dev. She works in Unity. Thank you very much, Crazy. Thanks for coming in, everybody. Really appreciate it. And I'll be doing more and more of these now, so because life has settled a little bit. So yeah, I hope to see you all again soon. Have a great evening and a day, and I hope it goes well for you. Anyway, I don't know how to end a stream. Has it noticed? Okay, bye-bye, everyone.